Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting, hi, my name is Vivian, and in today's video I will be sharing with you 5 reasons why being single should be embraced rather than frowned at, especially by the young generation. I will be backing this up with a few points, so without further ado, let's jump right in. So before I jump right into the first point, I would just like to say that I'm currently single, and it is due to personal reasons. I would not be putting out this video if that wasn't the case. And the truth is, like, even if I wasn't, this is just a personal experience, and I just feel like a lot of people should be able to be by themselves and just love their own company. There are a lot of things that I probably would never, have experienced or achieved by being with someone that I have actually done, like just being by myself and like doing my own things myself. So I feel like I'm pretty much at a standpoint where I can actually sit down and give my opinion as to why being single should be a good thing and not be seen as a bad thing. So the first point that I would just like to mention is the freedom. So the freedom to be able to do whatever you want, the freedom to eat whatever you'd like, the freedom to go wherever you'd want to go, the freedom to talk to whoever you'd want to talk to without being questioned, the freedom to wake up in the morning and feel like totally free from texting anyone or like calling anyone. Not that it's a bad thing, it actually feels nice to receive that, like to give that, and for it to be reciprocated back to you. But if you're not in a relationship or you're not with someone, it shouldn't be a reason for you to like settle because you feel the need to be texted or to be messaged or to be loved. I feel like happiness starts from within, and for you to be able to love someone else, you have to be able to love yourself. That's totally the way I see it. So freedom would be the very first point, the freedom to go wherever you want, to do whatever you would like to do, the freedom to chat with, whoever you would like to chat with, the freedom to, I don't know, get compliments from different people and not feel like it is a bad thing. The freedom to not explain yourself every time someone were to compliment you or were to say something nice to you, or in a gathering for you to feel bad. I don't know, like it's just my opinion, but yeah, the first point would be freedom for you to do whatever without being questioned about it. So the very second point would be educating yourself about yourself. And by this, I mean finding out the things that you love, that you like, that you dislike, that you can adapt to, things that you can compromise, if you eventually get into a relationship. So this has to be within yourself. And I feel like the only way you can figure that out is if you were by yourself. If you did everything practically by yourself, you know what you're good at, what you're not, what you would want to do with someone else, what you don't feel comfortable doing yourself, things that you would want to compromise if you were to be in a relationship, things that you would not want to adapt to, meaning you would not want to compromise, and just stuff like that. I'd give you an example. So for instance, I used to think traveling alone was a bad thing, and I would always say if I don't have a boyfriend I can't go, but the truth is, like, I feel like I enjoy it more just doing it myself, because it gives me like enough time to kind of plan and figure out like what I want to do, places that I want to go by myself, things that I want to do, activities that I want to actually do myself. And it's just a romantic kind of feel, like just having to experience life by yourself. People might think I'm mad, but like honestly, I've been the happiest being by myself, the very happiest. Like I know that might sound crazy, but I've been the happiest I've been has been being by myself, like being alone, literally doing everything by myself, going to places myself. I do have friends that I, occasionally go out with, but I'm talking in a romantic way. Like doing things by myself has been like has given me enough reasons to know like what I would want or seek in a partner, what I would not tolerate, the things that I would want to be done to me, the things that I would not want to be done to me, the things that I know I can give solely without expecting anything in return. Just enjoying my own time myself and like understanding like who I am has really like honestly kind of changed my life. It's really helped me to set goals and be able to achieve them. It's helped me to maintain a certain mindset that just keeps me going and keeps me winning. And it's just been beautiful overall. So I feel like everyone, not just people in a relationship or not in a relationship. I feel like everyone, every female should be able to, educate themselves about themselves and know the things that they like. I've had a couple of colleagues who would like talk to me and be like, oh, I asked my girlfriend if she wanted to do this or whatever. And she's like, I don't know, whatever you want to do, I'll do. So it's like you don't know what you like, or I don't know if it's just the fact that you're not interested in whatever it is that your partner is doing, but I feel like you should be able to know certain things that you want and certain things that you don't want. So yeah, that has been like the second point to which I have kind of enjoyed my singlehood. And if tomorrow I get to find someone who I'm going to be with, or I get to be in a relationship, whichever the case, then I know for a fact that I already understand who I am and I know enough to be able to give, to my partner, or to be able to express that, solely without, expecting anything in return, or without feeling the need to have them in my life to be able to go on. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. Well, I already know who I am and I'm able to share that with someone, or someone else is able to share that with me. And, it's just really, really beautiful. So the very third point will be inner peace. So by this, I mean just peace in general, peace to wake up, like I said earlier, and not, you know, have anything, bothering you, like, oh, he's cheating, or he's doing this, or he's texting someone else, or he hasn't texted me, or he hasn't called me, and stuff like that. You wake up, just free, happy, free, having, your goals in front of you and, just waking up and telling yourself, I'm going to smash it today, or today's going to be the day that I smash it or I kill it. But you're not there, like, thinking of some guy who's cheating or who's, texting someone else. So it's just inner peace in general. You're happy from within and it radiates, like it shows up on the outside. Everyone can see. They keep asking, oh, you look good, and you say you're single. I don't have to be with someone to not look good. Yeah, I do get compliments like that. Would be like, oh, you say you're single, but like you look good all the time. Like you have different hairs. Yeah, I do it for me. I do it to look good for me, for myself, because I'm happy with myself and I love myself, so it should be able to radiate. Like if you have peace within, you're not bothered about like not having someone, because I hear people constantly saying, oh, I'm not in a relationship, like constantly talking about, oh, my age is this and that, and it's like I'm running out of time. No, you're not. God's time is what you should be thinking about. Like, you are not running out of time, and I believe God's time is the best. Some of us might get married and some of us might not. Like, I don't see why that's a bad thing. Oprah did not get married. She's not dead. Like, she's still living, and I feel like she's probably still living her best life. I don't know her personally to be able to say that, but she's smashing her goals, and she's going after everything that she's probably ever wanted to go for, and she's probably happy, just being that way. So you don't have to be with someone, you don't have to be tied to someone to feel happiness. Yeah, like, you have to be happy with yourself first before seeking happiness with someone else. So the first thing I know that being single has really helped me, identify is like who I am and things that I love to do by myself and the things that I actually enjoy. And it has brought me a lot of peace. I remember like being in a relationship where I would constantly be cheated on, and I would always think about it every single day when I wake up, and it would just give me this heartache that I never ever want to experience ever. And like, it just wasn't worth it. Waking up and having something else bother you for no reason just is not worth it. Waking up feeling happy and excited about your day and just looking forward to all the things that you have, all the beautiful things that are ahead of you, is what your day should look like. It shouldn't have someone else attached to it and make you constantly feel unhappy. And if you feel that way being in a relationship, that is not good for you. You should literally come out of that, because being with someone should add to, you know, your happiness. Like, it should kind of be like a step towards, like, being happy in general. It shouldn't be taken away from you. Like, it shouldn't be eating you up. It shouldn't be doing any of those things. And if it is, like, that is not good. I don't think that's healthy, and you should really examine, like, that relationship, because I don't know. I just know that being single brings you inner peace, and that's is a big theme for me, because I don't want to struggle with being happy with someone else. Like, that would not just be worth it. Like, if I were to be with someone else now, I know that the things that I enjoy to do, like, by myself, like, I'd give you an example. Waking up by myself, I already know what I have planned out for my day. I know what I'm supposed to do. So anything that kind of like affects that, or like, deters that, or makes me cringe to like the idea of, I just don't want it. So if someone else is going to be in my life and just give me a heartache like constantly, I don't want that. So I'd rather just be by myself and have inner peace that just radiates, and everyone, like, it literally just reflects how happy I am just being by myself, and just being single. So yeah, inner peace would be the third point, and it's very, very important. The fourth point would be making critical decision with regards to your well-being and your future. And by saying this, I would give you a couple of examples. First would be, you have a partner and you were thinking of traveling abroad because you feel like that would kind of, help your situation, depending on what financial situation you guys are on. You would be able to get, like, a ton of opportunities where you can explore like different options and stuff like that. And your partner thinks that's a bad idea. Why don't we just remain where we are, just because it's actually not too bad. Like, we have to go all the way there, we have to start all over, we have to do this, we have to do that, and I don't think that's what we need right now. That's an example. So if you were single, you know that this is what you want for yourself and you go after it because it's a goal of yours, right? Like you go after it without, and you block the noise, like without anyone telling you, oh, we can't do this, let's not do this right now, it's not a good time, and that and that. You know what it is that you want. You feel like your instincts tell you, this is the right decision for me right now, and I'm gonna take it. But your partner doesn't think that's the right thing to do, so in other words, you kind of tone that down and just do whatever they want, or you compromise that just because they don't feel like it's the right time. That's the first example. Second example would be you had you like to bake, you're really good at it, but then each time you bring up the idea of opening something of your own to your partner just kind of throws it off and be like, who does that these days? Like, that's not going to bring you any form of like money or financial, stability or anything like that. You should actually look into, getting like a better job or something, that just helps and doesn't give you any kind of support. There's no verbal support, there's just nothing. There's no financial support, there's no mental, talk that like helps you gather that, and like actually make that a dream. There's no verbal support that just tells you, okay, I might not have this to give you, or I might not be able to do this, but if this is what you want to do, I support you 100%. Like, you could do that on the side, see how that goes for you, and then if it kicks off, then go after it. There's nothing like that. So it's like, why do I have you in my life? Like, why are you there? Like, and in some cases, don't get me wrong, like sometimes those might not be the right decisions for you to take. But I'd rather take them, make my mistakes, learn from my experience, and know what better way to go the next time. So if you were single, you would be able to say, oh, I'm going to travel abroad. I'm going to probably work my ass off, save some money, and be able to, just hit that goal. If you were on your own, you would not need to ask an opinion for you to start a baking channel or a baking whatever page or whatever and see how far that goes. And if you were single, you would make all these decisions for your well-being, for yourself, and not for someone else. So this is just a way to tell you that if you were on your own, you'd be able to make, you are able to make, or you will be able to make likely decisions that affects your life positively than if you were with a partner. And this, it's not in every case. Like, sometimes it might be the opposite. You might make a decision that might not be good enough, but you always have to trust whatever is in the inside. Trust your instincts. Know that this is going to work out. And if it doesn't, it's fine. I can always, detour and then take another route and just find out the things that, I probably did not do well here. I could, try to make it different when I try again. So it's making decisions, like critical decisions for yourself and your well-being that literally molds your future and, molds like who you are as a person. So I feel being single does help you do that, especially if you know like who you are. Like, if you do know who you are, you trust in your abilities, you trust that you can deliver, you trust yourself, you trust that you're disciplined enough to, set those goals and be able to go after them and smash them, then I don't see why, you can't achieve it. Like, I honestly don't. And not being with someone could help. Being with someone, if they're a good person, if they love you genuinely and they're with you for the right reasons, could also help, because they could actually stand as a backbone and like push you even when you kind of don't trust yourself enough. They could actually give you, a word or two advice that can actually push you towards, achieving your goals. But I feel like being single should never be frowned at, because you can achieve a lot more doing these things yourself than if you were with someone else. So that is the 4th point. Critically, or making critical decisions about your well-being and your future, would be the 3rd or the 4th point that helps you if you were single, or that could help you if you were single. So the very last point would be chasing your goals. I know I have mentioned this in the previous points that I threw out here, and it is very crucial, because I believe that being single helps you to do that more swiftly than if you were with someone, because it lets you. I feel like when you're single, you're more concentrated. Except if you're someone who has divided attention. But when you're single, you're more concentrated on the things that you want to achieve. I say that, and I use myself as an example, because when I'm single, it literally helps me to focus more on the things that I want for me, or that I want to do, than if I was with someone, because I kind of just tend to push that away, or I kind of procrastinate. I'd be like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, or I can do that next month, I could do that, next year, or I could do that, the coming years, or I'll just wait, for my partner to kind of see if he wants to do that too, but I feel like when you're single, it just helps you to chase certain goals that you have set for yourself, and that you've set down for your future. I don't know what it might be, and it just really helps you like to go after them, and like smash it. I'll take this to give you an example. I've seen cases where people have been in a relationship, and they've literally like kind of let themselves go. I'll use the word let themselves go, because there are certain things they've said, they, out of like just friendly conversations and stuff, that they wanted to do for themselves, and they wanted to chase. If I had this, or I'll do this, I really love this, I really love, fashion design, or I really love to do this, I really want to own this. And you just find out, like, when you're with someone, it's like, oh, but I thought you wanted this for yourself. Yeah, well, I don't know, right now George is not like kind of like into it, so like, well, how about you? Like, what about you? These are the things that you wanted for yourself. So why is someone else having to determine what you should want and what you shouldn't? Yes, I know in a relationship you should be able to compromise and think about the other person, which is good, but something that is going to better you and that's going to bring you a step of elevation, I don't think that should be a bad thing, and I don't see why you shouldn't go after it. So I just feel like when you're single, you have a clear mind, you have a better focus, and it's kind of should be a good time for you to go after everything you've always wanted to. And it shouldn't be seen as a bad thing. Being single should never be seen as a bad thing. Instead, it should be embraced. Do not always have to chase people because you feel like, oh, you're lonely and this. Like, channel that inner loneliness to actually doing the things that you love. Like doing things that actually bring you some kind of joy, peace, whatever it is, and you just find out how much you would not need someone to kind of, go after these things. I honestly, it's just become very rampant, like everyone talking about, oh, my age, my this, my that, oh, I fear that I probably will not find so. That's not true. When you love yourself, it radiates, and people literally want to be with you. Like, I've had, I would say, so many, like, how would I put it now? Like, I've had so many people, like, would approach me and, like, on a relationship, even on a dating app. Like, I'd have, like, tons of requests, which I never really answer to, because, I don't know, like, I just haven't seen like what I want in a partner. I've always had to like compromise and, you know, go after things that didn't make sense, maybe because I was younger and I honestly didn't like know myself enough to know like what I'd like, what I don't. But now that I'm older, I just don't want to waste my time with something that is, you know, that doesn't bring me joy or satisfaction, or like doesn't, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I just don't want to settle for just anything. So I would know when I eventually, like, it doesn't have to be 100%. There are just a few characteristics, a few qualities that you'd actually be able to find in someone that you potentially want to be with. And I just feel like once I've seen that, I'd be able to tell, like, I know, like, if this is something I want to do, or if this is something I want to go into. And it's okay if I don't. Like, honestly, I'm not freaked out, or I'm not scared of being single. Like, I'm not. Like, I literally enjoy it. Like, it's weird, but I literally enjoy it. Maybe because I've been single for a long time, but like, I literally enjoy my own company, and I love my own company. Like, it's weird. Like, I love my own company. Like, and it just gives me a clear head to know like what I want to do. And since being single, I've literally been able to do a lot of things, you know, set my goals, chase them unapologetically, and like hit them, you know, and still chase it. But like the small goals I've hit, and you know, I'm still hitting. So I don't see why you can't be single and just focus on you. So you can't. And you should, if you are single right now, you should focus on the things that brings you joy, the things that you want to do, and do that. And when someone starts to see that radiate out of you, they'd love you. Like, they'd have no reason not to. Like, they will. So you should not chase anyone. Like, you shouldn't just be going after chasing a relationship. Oh, I have to have a relationship, or this person has a relationship, or this person, this, I'm jealous of this. No, it shouldn't be like that. Because your time is coming, and yours is going to be really beautiful, you know. But you have to love yourself first. You have to feel like you're enough. And once you start to feel that, then by all means, the universe will bless you with something that was meant for you. And yeah, it's just gonna be like a happy ever after that. Like afterwards. Yeah, that's what I should have said. But yeah, these are the 5 reasons why being single is a good thing and should never ever be frowned at. So if you're currently single right now, embrace that, you know, chase what you love, chase your goals, and do that, you know, wholly without being apologetic to anyone, or feeling like it's a bad thing, or A or B has a boyfriend and you don't, or has a fiance and you don't, or married with kids and you're not. You don't have to feel that way, because if it is not your time, it's not your time. And when it is, it's going to be beautiful. It always is. So embrace that and chase something, like do something for you, you know, chase your goals, and you know, focus on that, and every other thing will come. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for being here and for tuning into this week's video. Like always, if you're yet to subscribe, now is the time to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy today's content. Do not forget to watch the previous videos, or the videos I will be linking to this, just so you know, you can kind of educate yourself more and just loving who you are. Anyways, till I see you guys in my next video, stay safe and bye for now.